we are on Moeketsi Street, and we have been told that this is where actually Khoza was beaten up by those soldiers who were busy doing patrols here in Alexandra yesterday afternoon. As you rightfully said, the wife telling us that her husband was dragged out of their home and assaulted by the soldiers that were apparently looking for alcohol. Let's take a listen.
It was around past 5 to 6. The soldiers came in. We were inside. When they came in, my husband was outside. He wasn't inside the house. He was with my sister eating food in her house with my brother-in-law. So when they came in, my brother-in-law went in the gate to close the gate. So he was also carrying a bottle of beer. So they asked, why are they drinking? He said, no, we are not drinking, and there's no beers here. They dragged him to the house looking for those beers. It was only one beer in the fridge. And then they came with my husband to the house. They were looking for the beers. They also found the empty bottles. There was no beers. They took one beer that was left in the box. They took both of them outside on the street. They opened those beers, they poured them. After that...
Poured them where? On them?
On them. Yeah, so after that, they called backup. It was only 2 soldiers by that time. But after they called backup, it was a quantum full of soldiers. That's where they started beating them.
Nomsa Montshe there detailing what happened to her husband. In fact, Nomsa Montshe there detailing what happened to her husband. In fact, Thabo, about a few minutes ago, we saw members of the South African Police Service arriving here at the home. I want to bring in the local councillor here, Tefo Rapatu. So thank you so much for your time. I suppose it's one of those incidents that has left, a lot of people in this community quite angry.
Yes, it's a very unfortunate incident that took place here. We pride ourselves that the police must be the ones that protect us. But unfortunately, last night, soldiers and JMPD officers are the ones that perpetrated this gruesome beating that took place here. And unfortunately, Mr. Khoza passed away due to the beatings that he got. And as you can see, the community is reeling from this action that took place last night, and they are still in shock, and we're still trying to piece together what happened as the community so that we have a clear story of what transpired here in actual fact.
Mr. Rapatu, we've heard of incidents like this in other parts of the country where the military has been accused of being heavy-handedness. Is this the first incident of here in Alex involving the military particularly?
Yes, it's the first incident that the military has been accused of perpetrating such a gruesome act. But we have seen the military and the police stripping our community members of their dignity, frog jumping them, making them to roll on the ground. But this is very, very shocking to hear that this Mr. Khoza was beaten against the wall and brutally beaten by the cops, even if when the wife was coming out to caution them and stop them. She was assaulted as she was trying to stop them from brutally beating up her husband. She was also assaulted. So it's very unfortunate, and this kind of actions by the police, the JMPD and soldiers, it's something that is uncalled for, and we ask for the police to show restraint when they are regulating or making sure that these regulations are adhered to by the community.
All right, so what is it that you'd want to see as this community? The wife is already saying that she would want to see justice.
Yes, unfortunately, we want to see justice as the community because we can't let this go and chalk it down to some other incident that happened. We want justice, and we are hoping that the police, as you've seen them that were here, will treat this matter with the dignity that it deserves and make sure that there's speedy and quick resolutions and there's answers to what happened here. We want justice. That's all we want. And we'll follow up on this case and make sure that the Khoza family and those that were beaten up for taking videos as well get justice from what happened here.
All right, so thank you so much for your time. Therefore, Rapatu, he's the local councillor, Thabo, of this area. In fact, it reminds me what happens here. It reminds me of what the president had said, that the military needs at all time to make sure that whatever they do, what they do is they do it with respect and put the South African citizens first. And in fact, last week, I was attending an event which was addressed by the military top brass. Again, there, the same thing was said to some of the soldiers, that they need to make sure that they exercise professionalism at all time, and that their task, really, their mandate, is to protect the South African citizenry, and that they're literally not at war with the South African citizens, but they are at war with COVID-19. But, Thabo, when we continue to hear of incidents like this against the military, then one wonders really whether what is really their mandate. Are they really doing what they are actually meant to do? Well, the community here in Alexandra and the Khoza family will definitely say they're not doing what they're meant to do, because